We love the show. We love doing the show. And we try to do fun things on the show. We did a draft a couple months ago, and I thought it was fun. But we had all the rules wrong because Corporate Jake was sleeping on the job. Dude's about to get married. He's got other things going on in his mind, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't explain the rules. So now what Corporate Jake is going to do is he's going to join us. And he's going to play moderator for our all-time BMF draft that starts right now. So Corporate Jake, would you please run the rules to them a little bit and then get the draft going?
All right, guys, so this week in honor of Nick Diaz returning, we are drafting MMA's all-time BMFs. The rules are as follows. Snake draft format, 5 rounds. Once a fighter is drafted, he or she is off the board, so that individual cannot be taken twice. At the end of the 5 rounds, you will each get 1 honorable mention, and that'll be a non-MMA fighter. So since Daniel went first the last time we did a draft, RC, it is your honor.
Well, I am first, and with the first pick of the BMF draft, Team Ryan Clark selects John Jones. Yes, thank you. Everybody clap. Everybody clap. Ooh. John Jones walked to the stage, chest bumped the commissioner. Boom. And listen, DC, here's why. When we're talking, let's talk about BMF. Chandler Jones, week 1 of the NFL season, had 5 sacks against the Tennessee Titans. Chandler Jones is a bad man. Guess what? Chandler Jones can't even beat up all of his brothers, right? Like at my house, I'm known as a bad man, right? It's for what I did in football. I can beat up my siblings. I would win that fight. Chandler Jones and Arthur, these guys are NFL players. They can't even beat up their brother because their brother is the baddest man to have ever lived. And you know what? I would not have selected John Jones first for the BMF. You know who made me select him, DC? And this is going to be crazy and wild to the world. You did.
Who?
You know why? You did. And here's how you made me select John Jones, the baddest man in the world, the BMF. Here's how. Cyril Gane. Great performance against Derek Lewis. I mean, he was light, like a lightweight on his feet, heavy punches like a heavyweight, finished like a menace. And then we're talking about Francis Ngannou. I watched Francis Ngannou walk through a lobby in Las Vegas, and I put my drink down because if he wanted it, he could have it. I felt like, Debo, you won, and I'm like, you what? I lost. You told me the only man in the world that could beat Cyril Gane was John Jones. Well, that makes him the baddest mother you know what in the world. With the number 1 pick, that's my guy.
Okay.
All right, John Jones off the board. Daniel, your first pick.
All right. Well, Jones is off the board. In reality, I wasn't picking Jones ever. I mean, you can take Jones with all 5 of your picks for all I care about. I was not taking Jones. Now here's the thing. Team DC out of the war room. We step up and we go to Cameroon. Our Bati. We go to Bati and Africa, and we select the heavyweight champion of the world, Francis Ngannou. Because guess what? When you're the baddest man on the planet, you are a BMF. And that is exactly what the beast Francis Ngannou is. I saw Francis a couple weeks ago, right? And he walked into me at the Apex, and he shook my hand, and he goes, all right, champion, I'm just working out, right? Big. I go, Francis, you're as big and strong as I've ever seen you. He goes, I'm big. I'm strong. He goes, DC, he goes, I'm eating good. I'm clean. He goes, I'm over 280. I go, but you're all muscle, Francis, and you are a bad boy. I'm taking Francis. Hey, maybe 2 weeks ago, before running into the baddest man on the planet, I may not have picked him at number 1. But right now, after seeing Francis at 280 plus pounds, of pure muscle, I'm taking Francis Ngannou as my number 1 BMF walking God's green earth.
All right, that is the end of round 1.
You love that one.
That was good.
Oh, you love that one.
That was good.
Beginning of round 2. Daniel, you're up one more
You
time.
love that one. And as the rules go, I go second. And for me, Ryan, I got to listen. I know this might not ring for everyone, and they might not love the choice, but you know what? Actually, I'm going to save that guy for the 3rd round because I know you won't take him. So this one, since you want to kind of gut punch me with the John Jones thing, I know who your favorite fighter is, and he's usually everybody. He's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter.
Okay.
Because we
Rap
all
lyrics.
watched him growing up. So I think you know where I'm going with this one. So we're going to San Luis Obispo, California, and we're taking the only BMF that held the championship when you think about BMFs. And he had the tattoo on the side of his head. He had the mohawk. He was in every commercial on television. He was world-renowned.
That hurt me.
And known for being a bad mother. And I'm going with the Iceman.
Golly.
Chuck Liddell at number 2 for Team Cormier.
You know what you did there?
You like that?
You know what you did there? Because you went back to the last draft that we had, and you remember where I drafted him, so you knew where I was going. You've been studying your opponent. But as soon as Corporate Jake lets me know it's my turn again as the commissioner, I'm waiting on you, Roger Goodell. Come on, Roger.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. And with my second pick, I am right again. I select Amanda Nunes. And I know what you're going to say, DC.
Oh.
I know what you're going to say, DC. Oh, don't pick her. You know why? Because you were going to probably pick her because you're scared of her. And you're scared of her because she's a bad you-know-what. Amanda Nunes, she ain't lost since 2014. Amanda Nunes steps in with Cyborg, and it's not even a fight. Steps in with Ronda Rousey, and it's not even a fight. Holly Holm, not even a fight. We could go down the list, and she beats you any way she wants to. Oh, you're a great striker? I'll take you down. Oh, you're someone that wants to grapple? Well, catch these hands. Amanda Nunes can do it all, and she's been doing it all for years at the top of her game at 2 divisions. And so for me, number 2 was an easy pick.
Could somebody, hey, Coach, Roger, Corporate Jake Roger, could you make him rap? I mean, could you make him rap?
I'm done.
He's still going.
I'm done.
He's still going. Could you make him rap?
That's right, because he now has his first pick of the 3rd round.
Now, with the third pick, so the first pick of the 3rd round, the thing about studying your opponent is knowing who they are. Ryan Clark selects Khabib Nurmagomedov. Undefeated, retired. Man, the man is so bad, he picked his submission with grace, vulnerability, and compassion. You know what? I'm not going to tap you out with an arm bar because your parents are here. Your parents are here, and I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to injure you in that way. So I'm just going to choke you out so you fall asleep, and then you can wake up. All I know is if we're having a tag team UFC match, DC, you're losing.
Daniel, your 3rd overall pick?
That's pretty good. Okay, with the 3rd pick, Daniel Cormier and Team DC. Now, I don't want this thing to turn into a full-on UFC draft. So with the 3rd pick, since you take my favorite Russian, I'll take everybody else's favorite Russian. Right? I'll take the guy
that did it
before Khabib.
I'll take
the guy that seemed unbeatable.
Don't you do it.
I take the guy
Please
that
don't.
when you put in MMA Mount Rushmore,
Please don't.
and you start to put champions, you might find Steve.
Tell me his name don't start with F.
You'll find myself, but there's going to be another face on there.
Please don't tell me his name starts with F.
You're going to see another face on there that people, it absolutely starts with an F.
Please don't.
And the last man's last name starts with an E.
No, it don't.
I'm going back to Russia.
No, please
don't.
To
take the 2nd most famous Russian fighter of all time, Fedor Emelianenko. I'm taking Fedor Emelianenko.
I wish your guys could zoom in on my notebook.
In Pride.
I have it on my...
The guy that won championships in Strikeforce or fought in the Strikeforce Grand Prix. The guy that made giants look like little men. I'm taking Fedor with the 3rd pick on Team DC. Let's go.
DC, kick off round 4.
You like that one? Oh, and I get to go again. So here comes round 4. Look, man, when you talk about BMF, I'm taking the guy that coined the phrase. I'm taking the guy that coined the phrase, Ryan Clark, and I was going to take him in round 3 until you said Khabib. I'm going to take the man that owns a ranch that sports the name. Donald Cowboy Cerrone, the owner of the BMF Ranch. I mean, the whole BMF thing was started because of Cowboy. So Donald Cowboy Cerrone for Daniel Cormier in round number 4.
Okay, I like that pick.
You love that one.
I'm very upset.
I know you love that one.
Fedor was my next pick. And I'm very upset about that. When you started explaining who it was, I got a little nervous. So at number 4, I'm going Max Blessed Holloway. And here's why.
Oh God, your butt kick. That is oh my God, I know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
I know what you're doing.
What am I doing? I'm picking guys.
I know what you're doing,
I'm picking
bro.
guys who are bad. And if you're a bad man, then you deserve to be on Team RC. Like, think about this, DC. This guy trained for his first few MMA fights by playing video games. Video games. I don't even know nothing. My hands are so official. I'm just going to play this video game that's not even real. Right? I'm going to go do that and then step in the octagon? Are you serious? Oh, by the way, as I get up in my career, as I'm facing these bad dudes, each and every opportunity in the octagon, I'm going to stop sparring. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to really practice no more. I don't even need to get hit. I know how to get hit. I know how to hit people. I don't even need to spar no more. And at number 4, DC, you know what's crazy? It seems that your co-host has all the people you hate. Ain't that something? I guess we are moving on. Hey.
No.
Yes? Question? Okay, good. All right, moving on to 5. Can I move on to 5 now?
Yep, please kick off the 5th and final round.
Commissioner Goodell, kicking it off for the 5th and final round, RC now selects, and I know people are going to be like, this is weird. I don't really like this one. Diego Sanchez. Because to me, being a bad dude ain't got nothing to do with winning all the time. Because here's what's happening. If we're going to this fight, right, and it's a tag team fight, and we just want to put bad dudes out there. See, I'm not asking you to go out and be a champion. Sometimes you got to pick a dude who says, you know what, I'm going to let you punch me in the face. Right? So if we got a 5-on-5 fight, if we in the octagon, if it's a Royal Rumble UFC, Diego Sanchez is going to take like 28 punches for me. And now John, and now Max, and now Amanda, and now all the other people on my team can use their skill to win the fight. Think about it.
Daniel.
There's never been a fight you loved more than Clay and Diego. Never in life. Never.
Daniel, your 5th and final pick.
My 5th and final pick. You know what? This is my 5th and final pick. I want to pick the Scrap Pack. I want to pick the Nick Diaz Academy. I want Nick, I want Nate, I want Gilbert, and I want Jake Shields. So just put for my 5th pick, the Nick Diaz Academy. That's it. That's all I want for my 5th pick is the Nick Diaz Academy. It's fine. They're all one. They're all brothers. And if you remember, Ryan, when Jake Shields fought back in Tennessee for the Strikeforce Championship, Jason Mayhem Miller went into the octagon to try and fight with Jake Shields because he wanted the next middleweight championship fight. It became a brawl because the Nick Diaz Academy, you see it? The Nick Diaz Academy, Nick, Nate, Jake, Gil,
that's not
handled
the rules,
it in the way that they do in Stockton, Lodi, South San Francisco. This is the group of guys.
DC, that's not the rules.
Hey, Ryan, they're one. They are one entity. Ryan, they are one entity. The Nick Diaz Academy with
rules,
the 5th
DC.
pick for Daniel Cormier.
That's not the rules.
What do you mean?
Jake, that's not the rules.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Let's go. Bonus pick time. It's time for our bonus pick.
Before we get to our honorable mention, here's just a recap. Round 1 for Daniel, Francis Ngannou. His team is Chuck Liddell, Fedor Emelianenko, Donald Cerrone, and Nick Diaz Army with an asterisk. Ryan Clark, 1st round, John Jones. 2nd round, Amanda Nunes. 3rd round, Khabib Nurmagomedov. 4th round, Max Holloway. And 5th round, Diego Sanchez. Now, for honorable mention, Daniel, who is your honorable mention?
I'm saying the Nick Diaz Academy. It's the Nick Diaz Army. Oh, who's my honorable mention? Okay. My honorable mention, I'm going with the Detroit Piston Bad Boys. A collaboration
I like that.
of Bill Lane Beer. I'm going with Bill Lane Beer. I'm going with John Sally. I'm going with Dennis Rodman. I'm going with the Bad Boy Pistons who used to just beat the crap out of Michael Jordan. The front line of the Pistons.
First off,
for Daniel Cormier.
Respect Michael Jordan.
1992. Before Jordan was able to break through.
You better respect Mike.
Jordan was able to break through. Before Jordan was able to break through, he could not get past the Pistons. They would
'Cause they
beat him
cheated.
up. And those
Like you
are some
cheat.
bad mother.
Okay,
How?
I got you.
How do I cheat?
So since the game is changing, it's all good. Since we just get to pick groups of people, here's who I'm gonna pick. And you better write it. And Jake, I don't know.
Okay.
You better get the graphics people to work really hard. I'm going to take the Indiana Pacers, Malice in the Palace. Yes, they went to the same place that the bad boys Detroit Pistons played. I'm taking Ron Artest and Steven Jackson and Jermaine O'Neal because, they weren't even playing at a time where you could do things like fight and beat people up like they used to beat up Michael Jordan. But they just fought the fans. And here's who is walking them into the octagon. Leading out the Indiana Pacers
show me.
to the octagon is one Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is the Indiana Pacers security guard leading them out to the octagon. That's my team. I won. Jake, call me the winner, and it's over.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.